Nonsense, dear. Just send down one of our most capable assistants.
You crazy old wizard! The stars challenged me with that crazy old wizard. Thank Ariel, a competent soul. Good to see you again. You'd think I'd be used to working with him, but... Once again, I'm out in the field with the great and powerful Telenger, and once again, he's trying very hard to drive me mad. Would you be willing to lend that crazy old wizard a hand? We came here to study the old Falanesti site. Unfortunately, a mad cult now controls the tunnels, the halls of Ikor. They've used a set of corruption stones to seal the main entrance. Destroy those stones, and you'll gain access to the tunnels. You're a gift from the stars. Once you're in the tunnels, Telenger should be easy to find. Do whatever it takes to get that old fool out of there. The people that normally live here, the people in the camp nearby, call themselves the Falanesti Faithful. They patiently await the return of the great city, hoping it will change their lives. The Arbor Dawn have lost their patience. The Faithful could probably tell you more, but as I understand it, a charismatic member has decided they can force the city to return. They're zealots now. They won't let anyone into the pit. Telenger, of course. He took it as a challenge. Look, he's a fantastically powerful wizard. These cultists aren't really a danger to him, the way they are to you and I, but he just refuses to come out of there, no matter how much I beg. Oh, you know, working as hard as I can to keep him alive, making sure the new students don't hear about past expeditions, the usual. One or two smaller outings, nothing like this. I've been trying to keep him close to home in Skywatch. Once I even managed to get him to a lecture on time. That was a good day. This is a resting site for the great walking city of the Falanesti. Every autumn, the massive tree beast would creak and groan its way across the landscape. Set out roots in the halls of Ikor, down there in the tunnels. The greatest green speakers the world has ever seen. They were not satisfied with merely growing the odd village here or there. They wished to craft a perfect fusion of city and forest, one they could show the world. Let's see. The other three sites are spread throughout Valenwood. Spring saw the city in the depths of Greenshade. Summer, it set down roots in Malabal Tor, and from here, it would seek to winter in the Grotwood. No one knows. The city pulled up roots and began the trek to its next site and simply never arrived. This happened some 150 to 200 years ago. No one's seen it since. That's why we're here.
Why am I stuck in this forsaken mud pit near all these tree lovers? You know I am. Those Arbordawn idiots are all the proof anyone needs that the Wood Elves need to keep to their forest. And the High Elves need to stay in Somerset.
Can you believe where we are? A Falanesti site. I've dreamed of visiting a site like this since I was a little boy in Aldcroft. I can't believe I'm actually here. Well, of course I am. When I got the chance to be part of an expedition led by none other than Telenger the Artificer himself, I had to take it. I joined the Mages Guild to explore Tamriel, and here I am, at long last.
Curse those Arbor Dawn idiots! I'll be bald for life! I was with Telenger when we discovered the ruin. The damn cultist attacked us and nearly killed me. Thank the 8 that Telenger was there. I barely escaped with my life, but not before my beautiful hair burned off.
When can we get out of here and go home?
What are you looking at? Haven't you ever seen a Nord wait for a magic tree to return from wherever?
I hope those fool Arbor Dawn cultists don't come back here. They have this look in their eyes that chills my bones. Crazy fools.
I could just find Volanesti, I could die happy.
I don't care what Mother says. I'm not going home until I see Volanesti with my own eyes. In the meantime, can I get you something?
This place makes me nervous. Where did the city go? Where is Volanesti?
Green, keep me safe from madmen and monsters. Pilgrim, be careful down here. My brethren are not themselves. Perhaps you should return to our camp. It's much safer there. Thank the Green. Always nice to speak to someone with their eyes open. Sorry to impose, but since you're not here to worship, would you be willing to work? I'm down here gathering root, earth, and water samples from the caves. We maintain them very carefully. Normally, anyway. Since the Arbor Dawn cult began their mad rituals, it's been dangerous to come down here. Thank you for your service. By the time you're done gathering those samples, I'll be back up in the camp. Look for me there. Oh, you know how it is. A revered site, with a group of mystics and fanatics caring for a bunch of roots. We get some pretty strange types here. They're fervent, Green, bless them, but strange. Just the opposite. I care about the city. It's my sincere hope I live to see Volanesti return one day. I just don't have a problem with bathing myself or wearing comfortable clothing. We do so with songs in our hearts. One day Volanesti will return and we'll be rewarded for our stewardship. It's a quiet life normally, but we like it. Through communion with the spirit of the site, we tree stewards have a few tricks up our sleeves. Get those samples for me and I'll show you. Mad folk, every one of them. They think, I don't know what they think. They're sure they can force Volanesti back here somehow. Indring, the leader of the cult, he's maddest of all. We've been friends for years. He's half crazed, babbling about the tunnels. I just hope they can be saved. Did it go well? Do you have the samples? Thank you, Traveler. The Volanesti will remember your stewardship. As a reward, I offer you the chance to see a ritual few outsiders have ever seen. Root, earth, water grow, spirit of the green sprout and show. And we wait. Excellent.
Who
Go ahead, my new
disturbs
friend.
me?
Speak to it. As long as we have breath in our lungs, we'll keep the autumn site healthy and growing.
Something is different. Something has changed. I am of the green, of the dark and growing depths. My lifeblood pulses through the roots. My skin smells of loam. For now, I sense a darkness, a growing corruption. If the grove tenders are kept away from their charge much longer, it may begin to fade. Down deep, beneath the soil, something locked away in stone and metal. A dark voice, whispering. They heard her whispers. Fallen Esti, it is gone, yes. I can sense its absence, like a hole in my heart. It still walks somewhere. This land has greater worries.
We worship you.
You must return.
I felt something happening up here. Well done. Can't wait to see you inside. Excellent. I sensed you coming. It's good to see you again. We can set to work right away. Why wouldn't I be down here? It's perfectly safe. Are you worried about the Arbor Dawn? They're harmless. A far greater concern are the Daedra. They're the real problem down here. Silly creatures. Down in the deeper tunnels. Don't worry, you're here. Actually, your arrival was quite timely. I just finished recording some critical observations on the site. I almost feel bad for injuring here. Yes, the leader of the Arbordawn cult. He was very cross with me, shouting and carrying on. So I transformed him into a more manageable little fowl. It'll wear off after we've gone, but he's much more pleasant to be around now. Sorry, where was I? Of course, the temple. In my haste to excavate some of the older tunnels with earth-moving spells, I uncovered an ancient structure. This whole mess is somewhat... a bit my fault. But I'm not worried. What kind of teacher would I be if you didn't learn something? You'll accompany me down into the temple and we can put an end to... whatever this is. It's through the vine wall on the far side of the main cavern. I'll meet you there. Is beautiful, isn't it? In its own way. Now that I have had a moment to examine the ward, it'll be a simple ritual to open the doors. However, it will take a few moments to complete, and I expect my efforts will not go unnoticed. Just so. I say, you are a learned assistant. Remind me to raise Enderwin's guild stipend after this is over. She's truly a mage of great intelligence. Are you ready to begin? Be wary, assistant. Here they come! Just a few moments more. done! Let's get in there. If you'll allow me. Fascinating! Curse it! I can't use my hands! Assistant, you'll need to free me. The Daedric Prince herself in these tunnels, I should have known!
Do be quiet, Artificer. Your companion is far more intriguing. Come, child.
Trust nothing she says, Assistant. Be very careful how you speak to her, Assistant. We're in her web. We need to tread lightly.
Such a lovely warmth against the temple stones. So good to smell pumping blood in these halls again. I am as the Artificer named me, Mephala, web spinner, debaser, and consumer. Have you enjoyed sparring with my newest Death Weavers? Nothing like an empty mind. Waiting, yearning for purpose. The lost city, the lost faithful, the great Artificer, all tremble in the web of Mephala. I have no answers for you, child. None that would satisfy you anyway. No, take your Artificer and go. The temple doors are open. You've done your part here today.
My. So the Arbor Dawn cult has been spun into Mephala's web. Fascinating. Worrying, to be sure, but fascinating. It's clear entering the temple was a poor choice. My enthusiasm for discovery has caused problems like this before. I imagine Enderwin would be happy to provide you a list of past occurrences, but I digress. The temple must be resealed. Nothing. Just stand there, Assistant, and observe. Using a novel application for hermetic harmonic resonance, I shall completely seal the temple. Airtight this time, if you will. No allowing Mephala's influence to leak out. This should be the work of a moment. Just need to attune this spell matrix. Mephala, you face Telenger the Artificer. Learn what it means to snare one such as me in your web.
How dare you, mortal!
I am the Artificer, madam. That's why I dare.
Honestly, I don't think I'll ever get used to the way he pops around. But at least he's back in one piece, and not complaining, for now.
I believe Mephala's reaction was proof. The temple is sealed. Well done there, I suppose. Oh, indeed. I'm sure in time the Arbor Dawn will return to themselves. It's a shame we didn't discover where the Falanesti have gone. It may have to remain one of Tamriel's great mysteries. Thank you, Assistant. I'm already beginning to plan our next field mission. I'm thinking one of the Plains of Oblivion. It's been some time since I perused the stacks in Apocrypha, for example. Oh, they'll be quite all right. With the Daedric influence removed, they'll return to their old selves very soon. Actually, that's worth studying. I think I'll leave some students behind to observe their behavior. For all we've learned here, the Fallen Estie faithful may be a better resource to answer that question, or at least a more entertaining one. Some of their stories are quite fanciful, you know.
Perhaps he'll listen to me. For once, I swear I think it's a miracle of the Divines that any of his students last past the first year.